Good morning to everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our club bulletin this Sunday, the 21st of January, 2024. Compliments of the season to everybody, as this is the first time, in fact, the first time I'm up on air in 2024. So, I just wish everyone out there all the prosperity during 2024. You're listening to the club station of the Sandton Amateur Radio Club, known as ZS6STN, and your newsreader this morning is Mike Barr, ZS6XYZ. The bulletin this morning will be a little bit topsy-turvy as I'm reading some of it for the first time. This club bulletin is broadcast every Sunday at 0845 on the following frequencies: first lower side band in the 40 meters. There's also automated repeat broadcasts of the bulletin on Tuesday evenings at 1900 on the 2-meter band. Anyone listening with items of interest or suggestions related to amateur radio can call in at the appropriate time in the bulletin. And a special request this morning, towards the end when I call in, if anyone has just some interesting amateur radio news to bring in, because I unfortunately don't have anything prepared for that particular part of my bulletin. Also, please have a pencil and paper ready to note any important dates coming up and any other information that may be relevant to you. So let's move on now to the more regular features, and I'm going to start with the highlights from the main SARL bulletin. We begin that bulletin with the news of 2 silent keys. It is with deep regret that we announce that the keys of Gudrun Seidenbach, ZS1GEL, and John Fletcher, ZS1ZR, have gone silent. Gudrun passed away on Saturday the 30th of December 2023 following an operation. We extend our sincere condolence to her husband, Mike, ZS1MLL, family and friends. John passed away on Sunday the 7th of January 2024. We extend our sincere condolence to his wife, Marita, and family and friends. Okay, now let's move on to the main parts of that bulletin. The first one is just nominations for the SARL Awards and AGM motions close on the 31st of January 2024. The SARL Secretary invites members to submit nominations for the SARL Awards and trophies, as well as motions for discussions at the AGM by midnight on Wednesday the 31st of January. The SARL AGM and Awards dinner will take place on Saturday the 20th of April in Cape Town. The award forms can be found on the website. Then just moving on the awards, the SARL Honors, Honorary Life Membership, the Willie Wilson Gold Badge, the Chris and Annie van der Merwe Platinum and Gold Awards, and the Jack Merit Award, and the SARL Hall of Fame. Remembering there's technical awards, the ICOM Excellence Award, the Tina Langer 7066 Technical Excellence Award, and the SAATI Technology Award. Then, of course, there are lots of operating awards that are also up for nominations. To date, the Secretary has received 8 nominations for the awards and trophies, but there must be many more, so please, if we have any more, you can submit those. Also, just looking back and recognizing things, the next item is which was the best article published in 2023. The editor of Radio ZS invites members to submit the name of the best article published in Radio ZS during 2023. The author of that article will receive the J.J. Pinard Trophy, and there will be a lucky draw from the SARL membership for those who submit the name of the article. Send your entry to Radio ZS at sarl.org.za. Then the next item is the 2024 National Convention venue. So to save this date, 19th to the 21st of April, the Cape Town Amateur Radio Club, the CTARC, will be hosting the 2024 SARL National Convention at the Garden Court, Nelson Mandela Boulevard, corner of Melbourne and Coronation Road in Cape Town. There will be a welcoming function on Friday the 19th of April, with the general meeting on the morning of the Saturday the 20th of April, and the awards dinner on the evening of the 20th of April. Registration for the National Convention will open in the coming week, and registration form and cost will be made available on the League website. The next date announced for 2024, the SARL announces the date for the annual Technical Symposium. The SARL 2024 Technical Symposium Symposium will take place on Saturday the 6th of April 2024. To facilitate countrywide participation with both local and international speakers, the forum will be held virtually on video platform with free access to all SARL and AMSAT SA members. The symposium procedures and SARL National Convention precedes the SARL National Convention, which will be hosted by the Cape Town Amateur Radio Club. This is the first call for proposals for papers for those technical symposiums. A paper should be between 20 and 30 minutes long when presented and may include PowerPoint slides and short video and audio clips. Proposals for papers should reach the organizers no later than the 31st of January. Those proposals can be emailed to ARTO or day@sarl.org.za. A little bit of club news from the Sandton Amateur Radio Club is operating a special event station as ZS6STN VDM, celebrating the 85th anniversary of the Val Dam until the 31st of March 2024. Everyone is welcome to work the call sign on HF or VHF. Special QSL cards are available. You send your QSL to ZS4SRK to receive the QSL card. Move on to the last item of the propagation report. We'll move to Sandton Amateur Radio Club's club news after this particular section. The propagation report, Hannes Verkeer, the ZS6STN reports that the solar activity is expected to be at low levels. There are currently 8 sunspot regions with simple magnetic configurations visible. There is a high probability for C and a low probability for N-class solar flares. If you want to do your own frequency predictions, the expected effective sunspot number for the week will be around 99. The 10 and 30 meter bands will, especially in the early morning and late afternoon, provide some good DX fun. For more information, you can always visit the website, spaceweather.sansa.org.za. A few items for diary of upcoming events then. 25th of January, the closing date for QRP logs. 27th of January, the SARL Saturday 40 meter club contest. 31st of January, as mentioned before, is the closing date for the AGM motions, award nominations, and papers for the SARL Symposium. And the registration for the May RE is also open then. 2nd of Feb, the closing date for the 40 meter club contest. The 4th of February is the AWA CW Activity Day. The 9th of February is the closing date for those logs. 11th of February is the AMSAT activity. 13th of February, World Radio Day. 14th of February, the SARL 80 meter club contest. And then just the 16th of February is the closing date for those AMSAT logs. Those are the diary of events that as part of the main SARL bulletin. I'm now going to just listen out for any of the club committee, perhaps Keith, who must maybe come in and just give us some club-specific news and club-specific diary of events, and then we can move on to other bits of the bulletin. This is ZS6STN standing by for any club-specific news.
Good morning. Thank you. ZS6HI?
ZS6HI. Keith, please go ahead.
Mike, and for doing the bulletin and making your changes of your arrangements this morning to do the bulletin. I think people get tired of hearing my voice, which is a good thing actually. So yeah, just a little bit of an update on club news. You mentioned that there's a rebroadcast of the Sandton Amateur Radio Club bulletin on a Tuesday evening. Yes, that is still taking place, but we are now also recording our club bulletins and publishing them on our YouTube channel. So all those who are interested in going and listening to the club bulletin, if you don't have access on a Sunday, it's available on our YouTube channel 24/7 to you, and that is at youtube.com/@ZS6STN. So you can go along and find our YouTube channel. It's also got a link on our website, so our new SARC website. There's also a link to our YouTube channel from there. So please avail yourself of those recordings because we've noticed that the listening in on Tuesday evenings is very, very low. So if you are listening in on a Tuesday evening, do give us a report back that you are wanting to continue with the Tuesday evening rebroadcast service. Alternatively, we may stop that and you'll be able to go and get the bulletins from the YouTube link. That's the first thing. Yesterday, for those who don't know, we had our QRP contest, which is underwritten by ZS6STN. So we are the hosts of the QRP contest, which means we set up the rules, the times, the frequencies, all the conditions around the QRP contest going forward, and we've done that for 2024 so far. And the QRP contest took place yesterday. If there's anyone on frequency that participated in the QRP contest, it would be great to get some feedback from you in terms of how the contest went for you. Certainly, I'm aware of 2 stations and multiple people who participated. 40 meters was doing very, very nicely yesterday from 9:30 to 10:30 SAST time. And then we had to switch to 20 meters, and 20 meters was not as good. It wasn't as open as the 40-meter band, but it was still a lot of fun had, and there were 4 modes in play. So you heard Mike. Get your logs if you did participate in the QRP contest, either as a chaser or as a contester. Please do get your logs in before Friday. Then I think it's also worth mentioning that some of the club members were doing SOTA yesterday. Brandon ZS6 Zulu, I don't know if Brandon's on frequency this morning, but he was doing a SOTA. Maybe he can tell us a little about it. But afterwards, in the evening, he made a post, and I think it's worth reading out that post. Brandon, I hope you don't mind. But he said, "Thanks all for today. It's easy to get blasé about how awesome amateur radio is, but today reminded me. It is borderline magic that you can sit on a pile of rocks under a tiny tree and speak to people in 17 countries with a piece of wire. Today was not only our chaser team from South Africa and Namibia, but we also chatted to operators from New Zealand, Poland, the Czech Republic, Belgium, England, Sweden, France, Argentina, Greece, Wales, Italy, Northern Ireland, Germany, and Austria." He further says, "Not even sure whether it isn't actually just magic." So that was from Brandon, and I think it's quite an awesome post, considering Marconi Day and where amateur radio is. So if Brandon's on frequency, it would be great to get some feedback from him as well. Then we also, yesterday afternoon, we had the Fox Hunt 101 instructional session out at the Rietfontein Nature Reserve. And that went well. We had, I think we had about 7 new people come on board to learn all about fox hunting. I think there were probably a total of about 15 or 16 of us out there. And we had 2 foxes hidden in the area. Richard, ZR6 Delta Echo, went through a little bit of an instructional hot tips to remember with fox hunting, and then people got their equipment or borrowed equipment and tried to find the foxes, and it wasn't quite as easy as everyone thought. So it was a fun session yesterday afternoon, and the social was really good. I think we eventually left up, we eventually forced ourselves to leave at about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So guys, do try and participate in the fox hunts and all the socials that are called. If you don't really want to do fox hunting, that's cool. Just come along to the social. It's also great fun. And then just to remind everybody that Richard has planned a Find Your Food fox hunt somewhere along Witkoppen Road in the Fourways Randburg area. And that's due to take place on Friday, the 2nd of February in the evening, to Find Your Food. So that's a fox hunt, and all those who don't want to participate in fox hunt but would still like to come along to find their food for the social event, I know that he'll broadcast the destination on air on the 145-700 repeater for those that want to just come along and enjoy the social with friends around a food table. whether you get a burger or whatever the case might be. So do diarize that. Obviously, dates are subject to change, but at the moment it's set for Friday, the 2nd of February. Then I know, I'm not sure if Samir's on frequency, but he is indicated that the RAE, the new RAE, will start on the 20th of February, or thereabouts, and he's coordinating that. So if you know anybody who wants to do the RAE, or is interested in learning a little bit more about amateur radio, then please give them Samir's details, or the email address rae@zs6stn.org.za, so that they can mail him, or you can send their email addresses through to that address, and then Samir will respond with some information there. I know I'm taking up a little bit of time at the moment, but I just want to remind everybody, on the 27th of January is the SARL 40-meter club contest. So we would like as many people to participate in the 40-meter club contest on that Saturday afternoon. So at about 4 o'clock. It lasts for an hour, so it's not a big ask. So on the SARL 40-meter club contest on the 27th, Saturday the 27th of January. And then moving on to February, on Valentine's Day, the 14th of February, is the SARL 80-meter club contest, and that's on the Wednesday evening. And obviously, if you can, we would love you to be participating in the 80-meter club contest on that Wednesday evening as well. And then finally, on the 28th of February, will be the Sandton Hour, the first Sandton Hour Tech Talk for the year on obviously our repeater network, and potentially on Zoom. We'll publish all the details of that as soon as all the details are finalized. And then just a heads up, on the 2nd of March is the West Rand Amateur Radio Club boot sale at their venue, and that's always a great social event for everyone, where we meet all our fellow amateurs and many of our own club members at the boot sale. And then a big heads up, on the 9th and 10th is the SARL Field Day. 9th and 10th of March is the SARL Field Day, and that's where we go out into the field, and it's a big inter-club competition where we try and make as many contacts as possible, as well as an individual competition for those that are not working under the ZS6STN call sign. They can also rack up a lot of points, and that is one of the premier competitions of the year. And there's two sessions, this one in March and the second session in September. So if you want to participate in the SARL Field Day as part of the ZS6STN team, please do let us know. Send information through to info@zs6stn.org.za that you want to participate or get involved, or you want to learn a little bit more about it. Please let us know. That's an awesome weekend, and you can participate, as I mentioned, either as an individual, your own self, or as part of the ZS6STN team. That's probably enough from me, Mike, as ZS6STN, as ZS6HI.
Right, this is ZS6XYZ returning on the mic of ZS6STN. Please, thank you very much for all of that information. Great to hear that the new year is starting off with lots of good events. So yeah, really thank you very, very much for that. We'll move on to just the birthday list. Unfortunately, managed to only pull up an old one, but I certainly have ZS6 EY Edwin Ested, which is in fact today, so many happy returns. And then tomorrow, ZS6 EGC, Samir Allo. Yeah, also many happy returns, and hope you have a wonderful day. If there's anybody else I left out in the coming week, yeah, please, my apologies for that. Yeah, thank you to everyone out there for listening. Please feel free to give any comments through to us. Thank you to the station who help out on a regular basis with the relays and recordings. To Keith for always coming in with the club news and a very active diary of events, which is absolutely great. Join us again next Sunday, 0845, Central Time, on the regular bulletin for the Sandton Amateur Radio Club. This is ZS6STN, operated this morning by ZS6XYZ, saying 73 and 88 to all our listeners. We're now going to relinquish all our frequencies for general use.